but we want clarity, because I don't want my grandchildren or great grandchildren tied to having to pay for something that nobody knows the answers to. When you've had $1 billion here, the Saudis there with their money, this one there with their money, that one there with their money, and that's what people are saying today. Why is this administration borrowing, borrowing, borrowing with no clear explanation or no clear results of what is being done? And then when you turn around, you see projects all over this Bahamas closing down because some bills are not being paid, closing down or slowed down or stopped, and not by a new administration, because you know they like to say stop, review, and cancel. These things are being stopped as we speak. Huh? And then you have issues where you're borrowing money to do the hospital, you're borrowing money to do this, and then we're being told that some of these projects can't start because the persons who are lending the monies now are holding back and say, only when we see this, you're going to access this. And I believe that may have been part and parcel of the situation why we couldn't access the Saudi money. And at least the Saudi money was a clear loan, not something where we are leasing land. And then there are persons who ask me today, say, Ricky, is it legal for the government to acquire the land and then turn around and lease it to foreigners? Because remember now, this is community land.
Yes.
I don't know the answer to that legally, but that's a question that's been put to me.
If something like that happens, wouldn't it have to go through an act of parliament for them to lease the land? Or because they may do it, I guess, in cabinet. But my question then would be, do you think, and I know you said this is a question that you have to find out the answer to, because I'm curious about that as well. Can they turn around and lease land that they have acquired from the commonage to do what they're doing?
And land that they've not paid the persons
for 20.
Well, I'm not going into the big the big 26 million.
Yes.
I'm talking about the persons who now they've already acquired the land from. Because you don't tell them we got to take this land.
Yes.
We're gonna compensate you. You know, I'm not talking about the communists. I'm talking about the persons who are on the land, whose buildings or structures you now have to remove to accommodate the expansion.
So they are removing some structures.
There are some structures. In fact, the area where the terminal building is supposed to be going, there's several structures in the area.
Okay. And has the government made arrangements with these persons?
Well, I can only tell you what one person said to me. They said, Ricky, they cleared all around my building, but nobody said nothing to me yet.
Wow.
That's one of the buildings right up there.
Can you let me see?
You can't see it from here because
okay.
it's around that bend. When you go up there, there's several structures that have been there some time ago. Now you've got one or two persons who've been trying to cash in and now trying to acquire land now because they know the government is coming in.
Yes.
But we're talking about properties or structures that preceded 2015. You see, the expansion of this airport has been the attempt to do it has been many years. In fact, it was to her credit, the Honorable Minister Glenna Santa Martin was here in 2015, and they staked out the required land for the expansion.
Okay.